Alright guys, how can a user access the contents of an ISO file without first creating bootable media? ISO is typically referring to like a backup image of a certain drive, and so you might want to view the contents of this before you back it up onto a certain computer, imaging it to the disk. So how do we view the contents of this? Well, first looking at this, it's saying open the ISO file with Windows Explorer. If you just plug this drive in and you try to open it with Windows Explorer, that's not going to work. You can't see the ISO contents without, I don't want to give it away yet, but you can't view those through Windows Explorer. Windows Explorer doesn't have access to this ISO files. Then we have use the WinRE environment. This is the Windows recovery environment. And even if you go into the Windows recovery environment, you can't view the ISO files because the Windows recovery environment is used solely to create recovery drives. So that's not going to be an answer. And then skip down, copy the ISO to a thumb drive. This is kind of ridiculous. I would exit this one out first because copying the ISO to a thumb drive, you're basically just moving or not even moving, you're just copying the image. So just because you copy the image and just try to plug that in, doesn't mean it's gonna boot up. That doesn't make any sense. So the correct answer is going to be to mount the ISO file. When you mount the ISO file, you're basically going to create a virtual hard drive for it to be on, and you can view it that way. So when it asks, how can a user access the contents of an ISO file without first creating bootable media, you would need to mount the ISO file.